Maybe I'm crazy, but Deshaun Watson is the next Tom Brady.
Deshaun trying to make America great again?
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not.
Welcome to the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. I am Larry David.
I am Leon.
I'm Joy Taylor. That's Brandon Newman. If you can't see us, we are dressed as Curb Your Enthusiasm from this season, though. It's important. If you haven't seen the season, you're going to see me and be like, yeah, that's not Larry David. I am Larry David. It's important. It's an important plot to this season. I suggest you go watch it. It's very funny. But if you can't see us, then you don't care. So happy Halloween. Hope you're enjoying your high holiday. It's a high holiday to me. I don't know everyone. Do you consider Halloween to be a holiday?
What's a high holiday?
Like a very special, it's like a very religious holiday, like very high, very important.
Religious holiday? Halloween?
Listen, it's very important. As you can see, I do not take Halloween seriously at all. Halloween's amazing. We're going to talk all about Halloween. We're going to do in and out, as we always do. So much going on today. Jimmy G has been traded, possibly the most handsome trade of all time. There's lots of losers this week. I am one of those losers, not because I'm dressed as Larry David, but for a much more serious reason. We'll get to that. The Dolphins made a trade. It's like NBA. Make these big blockbuster trades, reaching the trade deadline. So they decided to send Jay Ajayi to the Eagles, for a 4th round pick. That's fun. I don't. They're in the losers this week, so we'll get to that too. And my hometown, Pittsburgh. It's petty Pittsburgh this week.
It's a special day.
There's a lot going on today. But let's start with, I guess, what most would consider the biggest news. But it's kind of on par with the Jimmy G trade. The Ezekiel Elliott news. If you haven't heard, Zeke is suspended. Possibly.
Right.
His injunction has been ruled against by Judge Fela. She has said no. So as of right now, he's not playing for the next 6 weeks. Although that may change because he does have 24 hours to appeal it. So who knows? No one ever knows. He's suspended. He's not suspended. He's going to miss the Chiefs, Falcons, Eagles, Chargers, Redskins, and Giants. So that's 3 division games, which is huge. And Jerry Jones is upset, understandably so, because that's his guy. Jerry's been saying since the beginning, though, that Zeke didn't do anything. He said on his radio show today that Zeke is a victim of overcorrection. Zeke is paying for Roger Goodell's mistakes that he made in dealing with the Ray Rice assault case in 2014. Which, of course, Jerry.
Hot take.
Of course, everyone from this point forward that gets involved in anything domestic violence related is going to be punished accordingly because of that mistake. We know that. They changed everything because of that. Now, I think what he's implying that it's unfair because Zeke didn't actually do anything, and he should be more angry. Let's assume that what Jerry's saying is correct, and Zeke has done nothing, which I don't feel comfortable assuming. But I also don't feel comfortable assuming the other way either, because the NFL has been so unclear about what's actually happening. My fear about this situation from the very beginning was that the NFL would mess it up again, and it would set back all the awareness that has happened, at least surrounding the NFL and its fans when it comes to domestic violence.
Right.
And I'm uniquely qualified to talk about it. I'm a domestic violence survivor. But this situation has always made me uncomfortable because the NFL has no idea how to handle suspensions, because it's Roger Goodell, one person making the decision. And whether his heart is in the right place or not, one person cannot be the decision maker for these things. You need to have a panel of people, a jury, if you will, who all vote so that it is democratic. And then people feel comfortable seeing that people who are not having to deal with owners and pressure from fans who are just there to make a decision can make the right decision. So Jerry's upset, understandably so. And, if you're a Cowboys fan, you have some backups at least.
Right.
But I'm really just disappointed in the way this whole thing has been handled. And I had a feeling from the beginning it was going to go badly. And it has. So we'll see. He could still not be suspended. Who knows?
I can't. I just wait on Sunday.
The good news is that we're all a little bit smarter because we all know some lawyer jargon now.
Yes.
Injunction, which is fun. The other big news is that Colin Kaepernick's lawyer went on the Adam Carolla show and said that he thinks in the next 10 days that the NFL is some team is going to sign Colin Kaepernick. That they've come to their senses, and the more time that goes on, the more obvious it is that collusion has occurred.
I would say, if this is true, it's because so many quarterbacks are going down and so many teams are bad, and you might as well try out some quality people that are out there in free agency.
No,
I don't know if they're coming to their senses.
It was the beginning of the season that was going on. Now all of a sudden it's different.
Yes.
I mean, look, I obviously hope that happens, but the collusion thing. I mean, these owners aren't being pressured by anything, so I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's amazing news if it happens, but that just happened also. So there's a lot going on. But in some very good positive news, Deshaun Watson, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show,
yes,
is the next greatest living quarterback.
Feels good to hear it. Just washed over
I
me
don't know
like a
where
bath.
Aaron Rodgers will be back next season and Tom Brady is still playing.
Right.
But Deshaun had his coming out party against the Seahawks, even though they lost.
Right. Deshaun won, Texans lost.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good distinction.
Right.
It's important. He put up 402 yards, 4 touchdowns, 67 yards on the ground. He's the only player ever to do 400 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and over 50 rushing yards in a game, which basically makes him a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, put him in.
I do think he is going into the Hall of Fame. I feel comfortable saying that after 7 games.
You realize like the injuries and all the other things that can happen.
Silence.
Robert Griffin III had a great MVP rookie season.
He's not RG3. He's not RG3.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why everyone wasn't in on Deshaun before the draft, why the Browns passed on him, why the Jets passed on him. These are teams that need quarterbacks pretty significantly.
Yeah, but accuracy, size, there were things going against them in the draft.
Okay. So
There was.
Look, for some reason, people were not sold on Deshaun Watson. He went 12th overall. So, and now he looks like the future of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So how did this happen? So Davo tried to warn us. He told us that, let's take a listen.
They pass on Deshaun Watson. They're passing on Michael Jordan. I mean, I'm just telling you. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm just an old funky college coach, but Deshaun Watson is the best by a long shot.
So that's pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan is pretty incredible. And now watching Deshaun and falling in love with Deshaun, I see some Jordan-like qualities, which I'll get to in a second. Not this year, but Houston's going to win a Super Bowl with Deshaun Watson.
Somebody's going to win a Super Bowl with Deshaun Watson. I don't know if it's Houston. Houston has shown too many signs of being a problematic organization.
There are things to get to with that.
Right.
And the first thing is Bill O'Brien. I didn't forget, Bill. You started Tom Savage at the beginning of the season. I'm
Sure.
never going to let him live this down. Sure. Never, ever, ever, ever is he off the hook for that.
Tommy was winning the locker room over.
Oh, yeah.
The young guy
he's
hasn't
Tommy
earned
now.
it yet.
There's only one Tommy, okay? There's one Tommy. It's Tom Brady. Relax, okay?
That's fair.
But Deshaun is the next Tom Brady. And there's a couple reasons why. One, he's got amazing swag. He has Cam-like swag, but he's very, very good with the media, very politically correct.
Right.
Right? He's got great intangibles given his game checks to the lunch ladies after the hurricane. You remember Work Done gave his family a house growing up.
Yes. That was my favorite photo floating around the internet at that point in time.
So great.
Just a young Deshaun.
Shout out Work Done, right?
Yeah. I used to love Work Done.
Loved him.
Still love him.
Anyway, so he's got great intangibles. He makes everybody comfortable, right? And I think the one thing that put him over the edge for me right before this game was that he knelt after the Bob McNair comments. That was important to me. That was important to me.
I understand that.
There's a lot going on. It's Houston.
Yes.
It's Texas.
Yes.
No player up until this point from the Texans had participated in any protest up until Bob McNair made those comments.
Yeah.
The owner of the Texans. And he knelt. That was significant to me. That was the one thing that put him over the edge for me.
I was already in love with Deshaun Watson from his play, from his dress. He wore that throwback Warren Moon jersey with the fours, retro Jordan 4s. He just looked swaggy. Like he had it. But when he knelt, I felt the winds coming towards it. The media market winds, like, oh yeah, no, this is the guy.
No, he's the man. I'm all in on it. Future Hall of Famer. He's the best. He's just the best. He's the best thing the NFL's got right now. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, he's going to be. He's going to be great. He's going to continue to be great. He's going to throw less interceptions.
Yeah.
He's going to the Hall of
Have the
Fame.
courage of your conviction. How about that?
Thank you, Skip. I think Deshaun Watson will be in the Hall of Fame, but
You don't have to say that just because I'm saying.
no,
that.
I honestly do. But I don't think it's going to be with the Texans. He can't.
Well,
that organization isn't made to hold up a trophy.
Now there's something to that because they did just trade Dwayne Brown to the Seahawks, and there's a feeling based off the timing that it may have had something to do with him saying something about Bob McNair's comments because he was very vocal about it. But so maybe you're right about that. All I know is it boils down to this: he's dripping in the sauce. And to break that down a little bit, he's what's the word?
We gotta find the word. You guys remember when swag was an important thing? And
okay, so if you don't understand what swag is,
Yes.
how do you break it down another level from swag?
George Clooney.
No, we're going in a different direction.
Denzel Washington.
There you go.
Okay,
that's more understandable.
So more melanin. Okay,
He's got to have a little melanin.
Okay, Isaac Hayes. You know what I mean? Just get darker and darker.
He plays with energy.
Yes.
Right. He plays with
confidence.
Yeah. He's got personality. Right.
It's dripping.
Are these things? Do those combine?
Yeah, I don't know how to get our audience to understand
what this means. It's like when the powers combine.
Yes.
And then you add that extra little bit of swag in the potion, shake it up. That's Deshaun Watson. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, guys.
I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how to break it down.
I got it. Think like a black Terry Bradshaw.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing. Give me some skin.
Yes. You guys know Terry Bradshaw,
look,
right?
If you don't understand that, I can't help you. All right, I just can't. I can't help you. I cannot help you if you don't understand that. Anyway, I love Deshaun Watson. All right. Well, it's Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. And I thought we should rank our top 3 favorite scary movies. Although I actually hate scary movies, despite the fact that Halloween is my favorite holiday.
What do you mean? You don't like?
I don't like being scared. I live alone. It's not a good idea. I'm just kidding. I live with 10 people. Don't come kill me. So an honorable mention, Saw. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite movies to break down. It was terrifying the first time I saw it, but now I can just walk through every step of all the bad things that they did that led to that happening.
Right.
It's like I would have stopped here. Like this is where I would have no longer.
Where you go.
This is
you
where you
walk
just
backwards.
you leave.
Go back.
Right. Like I don't need to go to the house in the middle of nowhere. But number 3 on my list is American Psycho.
That's a dark horse. I like
is
that.
it? American Psycho is excellent.
I didn't know it was like a scary movie. I thought it was just like one of those movies I was supposed to like. So
it's like a what do you call it? Like a
thriller?
No, a thriller, a stabby movie.
Anthony Hopkins?
Slasher. There we go. Thank you for that, Gabe. That was important. A slasher movie.
Yes.
And let's be honest. I mean, the threesome scene in that movie it's good, solid.
A1.
No, yeah, come on. That's a solid scene. Silence of the Lambs. Buffalo Bill is just. He's an American treasure, really.
Put lotion on the skin.
He puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again, right? And the best thing about Buffalo Bill really is that he's like really soft inside. He doesn't want anything to happen to his dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
You gonna leave it there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Buffalo Bill and that whole movie. And my number 1 is The Exorcist. It's the scariest movie of all time.
Don't get that's number 1 on every BuzzFeed article. Why is The Exorcist
really the scariest movie ever?
Is it?
In college, I had to take 2 additional electives that were religious based because I went to a Catholic university. So one was sex in the Bible, or sexuality in the Bible.
I would have signed up too.
It actually was. It wasn't that great. It was very early in the morning.
I like to be educated.
Right. And the second one was Catholic exploration in film. And I almost dropped the class because I had purposely never watched this goddamn movie, and then they had it on the syllabus that I would watch it, and it was a horrible experience, which I'll never do again. And it's the scariest movie ever. You've seen it, of course.
Yeah, it was scary.
When she walks backwards down the thing, like
I can't. I don't want to touch that.
I'm good. What are your top 3 movies?
Starting number 3, lowest, Heavyweights. Obviously being a plump person my entire life, just the thought of like a counselor going nuts and just making us work out a lot just seems pretty terrifying. Number 2 on the list is Jeepers Creepers. Remember Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah.
That's a scary one.
Okay.
What are you?
I mean, go on. Yeah, I'm not going to judge you.
And the last one, and I think maybe it was just because like I saw it with a bunch of guys on a football team in Notre Dame, and we were like all like being scary together, you know, like the energy of it. But Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity.
Oh no, I will never watch that.
That was you got to watch that.
No, thank you.
Woo! When the clock starts spinning.
I think I get it. I think I get what happens.
No,
I'm good on that.
You gotta see it.
Your list is not as strong as mine, but it's fine. All right,
we're ranking the list.
Time for in or out. In or out. In or out.
Boo. It's the Halloween edition.
Very nice touch. All right, what am I in or out on?
So we talked about it earlier. Jimmy Garoppolo has officially been traded to the San Francisco 49ers for a high second-round draft pick in the 2008 NFL draft.
No, 2018, I think.
18.
Yeah, 2008's already happened. Go on.
Gosh, I'm so bad. I'm dyslexic a little bit. The Patriots are clearly buying into this crazy idea that Tom Brady can play well into his 40s.
Yes,
I think it's ridiculous.
That's solid. That's definitely obviously where they're going with that.
Joy, are you in or out on the Jimmy G trade?
I'm in on it because it means Tom Brady's going to keep playing for a long time. I mean, what else could it possibly mean?
Yeah.
For the 49ers, like, who cares? I honestly think they're just doing this so they can win, like, 2 games this season so that it doesn't look like a complete disaster.
Yeah.
That's honestly why I think they're doing it, because it wasn't going to happen with C.J. Beathard.
Hoyer?
Well, they benched Hoyer for Beathard, so I don't think it was going to get any better.
Names.
No, it does have a lot of implications though, because it was pretty clear that Kirk Cousins was going there, which he still might, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I'm in on it. It's Tom Brady forever. Told you they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year anyway. So
I'm kind of out on it because I already have my teams that I'm watching at this point in time. Just it seems extra for me to check into a 49ers game just to see Jimmy G.
I don't think you need to do that. I think you could probably just
we
can see what the score is, and I don't think you need to. If you're very interested
thank
in what
you.
Jimmy G is going to do, I also think he's going to be a bust. So
a bust?
Yeah.
The New England Patriots Matt Castle bust thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played for 6 quarters, and for some reason we think he's the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett's definitely going to be better. Moving on, let's stick with the Patriots. Tom Brady was recently asked what he was going to be for Halloween, in which he replied, "I think we're some type of avocado and toast. I don't know which I'm going to be, whichever costume fits." He said Giselle bought him these
Whatever
costumes.
costume fits.
He doesn't know which the toast or the avocado. I think it'll be the avocado, personally. Anyways, Joy, are you in or out on Halloween couple costumes?
Very in.
Why?
Very, very, very in. Well, because, okay, first of all, are you like too cool for Halloween? You're that person. Like, oh, I'm too cool to dress up.
No.
Like, oh, we get you, dude. You're very original.
No, it's
like hipster weirdo.
It's not like
it's
an adult
Halloween.
thing.
Just have some fun, all right? Stop taking yourself so seriously. No one else does, I promise. Tom Brady, are you better than Tom Brady? The answer is, of course, no. And Tom Brady goes in couple costumes. So that's
Right.
your answer. I always enjoy a good creative couple costume.
I don't see. Last year, me and my fiance were Michael Strahan and Kelly Ripa.
That's a couple costume.
It was. I mean, I'm out on them. Like I unless it's a really good one.
Why are you out on them?
It just seems like we get it. You guys like each other. You're friends. Like you don't have to rub your relationship in my face. Friends or couples. I'm out on all of it.
You don't have to rub your relationship.
I really don't. Like I
so
get it.
amazing.
I get it. You have the capital to make a cool costume.
It doesn't have to be capital. You can make a great cheap costume. It's all about creativity. Besides, I love forcing men to do things. So it's there's that also.
Okay. So last week, Le'Veon Bell joined Juju Smith-Schuster in this game of hide and seek in the end zone, whatever. And this week, 5 Steelers surrounded Le'Veon Bell for this bench press themed touchdown celebration. Somehow the Steelers have become the Jabberwockies, and everyone seems to love it. You know, America's Best Dance Crew.
Yes, and to be clear, everybody loves the Jabberwockies also.
Okay, yes.
Are you the person
very
who doesn't?
Popular in Vegas.
Are you the person who doesn't like the Jabberwockies?
No, I love the Jabberwockies.
Okay.
They're very creative, unlike the Steelers. Joy, are you in or out on the Steelers' dumb celebrations?
Okay, first of all, this question is worded terribly because they're not dumb celebrations. That's your opinion.
What?
That's you forcing your opinion into the question.
I would never. I am a professional, Joy.
Okay, first of all, I'm in on the Steelers celebrations.
Why?
And everyone else's celebrations. And I actually think that was like an ode to James Harrison, because you know James Harrison posts the Instagram videos where
Yeah, he
he's
works out a
lifting like 700 pounds at a time.
Yeah.
I'm in on it. First of all, the worst conversations that you can have are the ones that like, should they have been fined for this? Like, who cares? So just do what you want to do and make us laugh, all right? And if you don't like the celebrations, that's on you. Again, you're too cool guy. Oh, no. Elaborate celebrations.
I was so excited when they brought these back, and then I saw how the lack of creativity certain
That is
NFL players
very
have.
creative.
That's one team, and they're the Steelers. Like, keep them out of the end zone, someone please. I'm a Ravens fan. So, but anyways, outside of that, like Travis Kelce hitting the jerk on him like last night, that's something I can get behind.
All right. But Travis is in a different category. Can we agree
he's
with
dripping
that?
in the sauce as
He's
well.
dripping in sauce,
Yes.
all right? So we just leave Travis out of this, all right? For everyone else,
Yeah.
it's very creative. It's cute. It's team bonding. It's fun.
Whatever.
Just enjoy it, all right? It's fun.
Ravens
I'm
get in the
on
end
it.
zone and do something.
Ugh, Ravens.
Okay, so one of the best moments in Game 5 of the World Series came at the top of the ninth when Yasiel Puig hit his homer that landed in the hands of a Houston Astros fan's Sarah Head. While celebrating her World Series baseball, her brother-in-law, Kirk, I just love his name, Kirk. Her brother-in-law, Kirk, takes the baseball out of her hand, throws it back on the field, staying true to a popular unwritten rule of all home field baseball fans. Joy, are you in or out on unwritten fan rules?
Out on all unwritten rules.
What? Why?
Out on all unwritten rules.
How?
It is my least favorite thing in sports, unwritten rules, followed very closely by the Hall of Fame voting process for the Baseball Hall of Fame. Two things that will immediately put me in a bad mood is having this discussion. First of all, if you haven't seen this video, you are underselling the animosity in this video. Okay.
On Kirk's face?
This woman, Sarah's her name.
Sarah Head.
Sarah Head catches the ball.
Yes.
Right. And she's excited she's caught a ball. And then her brother-in-law rips the ball away and just very angrily throws the ball back. And then her husband is yelling at him like, what are you doing throwing my wife's ball back? So they're claiming, right, because
Yes.
they're Astros fans, they're claiming, which I believe 0%, but they're claiming that she was actually going to throw the ball back and he stole that moment from her.
Mm-hmm.
But even if that's the case, which is complete nonsense, because if you catch any World Series ball, whether it's from the other team or not, you have it's your choice whether to keep it or not, right? These unwritten rules are nonsense, and that guy is a jerk. He's a bad person. That guy is a bad person. That guy's a bad person. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I catch anything at any baseball game and you rip it out of my hand and throw it back, you're gonna meet the real one that day. Okay? It's not a game. Don't try me like that. Please, Lord Jesus, no. I can't do it. You know why this stuff doesn't happen to me? God only gives you as much as you can handle, and that is not for me. Nope. I'm going to go under the jail that day. Don't do it.
Kirk,
I might toss your ass back with it.
Kirk, stay away from Joy Taylor. We don't
Who
play that.
does that?
Kirk.
Ugh.
Moving on. Okay, Bulls center Robin Lopez is apparently crazy about Britney Spears. Lopez shows off his toxic obsession with the pop stars by having her picture displayed in his locker. When asked if he'd ever take down the frame photo, he said, "We'll always have Britney looking down on us." Now, isn't he lucky?
Oh, my God.
Joy, are you in or out on Britney Spears?
I'm in on Britney Spears now.
You're in on Britney Spears?
Yeah, there was a time where I wasn't sure about her, but as I've gotten older...
Why'd you
so I was
switch?
obviously in on Britney when I was younger, and then we went through kind of a little phase, me and Britney.
Right.
And now I'm back. I'm back on Team Britney.
I'm always a Team Christina Aguilera fan. She sounded more like Whitney to me, so I got into it
Well,
more.
Christina has a better voice, obviously.
Right.
But Britney, there was when I didn't understand Britney for a while, and now, I'm in my 30s.
What you didn't understand about her?
Well, she did a lot going on, but there's the whole thing with the Kevin guy, and like he's wearing the tank tops, and they can't have it.
Yes.
You got to be on brand, all right?
He was wearing the other version of the tank top.
If nothing else, we can't come up with a better term for it, so we're just gonna call it a white tank top.
Right. Which our producer works out in.
Yeah.
No, let's stay on topic.
It's a big reveal. I know nobody knows what we're talking about right now, but like seriously, if you know who produces the show and know that he works out in those tank tops, it's life changing.
It's pretty weird.
It's life changing. Anyway, Britney went through a phase where she was very off brand. If nothing else, be on brand, right? That whole thing was off brand, but now like I said, I'm in my 30s, and her meltdown is much more relatable to me now.
Brooke Lopez. Oops, I did it again. Robin Lopez. I really had nothing after that. I just wanted to.
You just want to get that joke
I just
in?
had to get the.
Yeah, people judge Britney for her meltdown until you've had a significant amount of stress, and then you realize that, like me, I keep myself from doing that like at least 3 times a day.
I almost shave my head every day.
Do you remember when that happened? Everyone was like, "Oh my God, how did she do that?" Now I'm like, "Oh, Britt, I get you."
Man, get a wig. Just get a wig and stay crazy.
No, and she had those extensions. No, girl.
Oh man, that was bad.
No,
shouts out Britney.
Yeah, we love you, Britney.
And Jamie Lynn.
But to be clear, I'm very out on this situation with Robin Lopez, though.
It's weird.
You have to give it a Google. It's not even a sexy picture of Britney. It's like her headshot.
Yeah, of like her when she was like, I don't know, when did she come out?
It's
17?
terrifying. It's very weird. So I'm out on that, but very in on Britney.
Okay.
What else?
All right. Quick. Halloween spirit. Mike Daniels tweeted, candy corn's amazing. Don't debate me on this. Twitter went crazy for the whole month of October.
Yeah, because
we've expressed our love for candy corn.
Who?
We love candy corn. Joy, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
It's not
when you're trick-or-treating and stuff.
It's not candy corn. Candy corn is disgusting.
Joy,
what are you talking? No.
Candy corn's the quintessential candy. The quintessential candy.
No. Chocolate at its base is a quintessential candy.
Chocolate is for the lovers. Candy corn is for the candy eaters.
Candy corn's disgusting. All right,
it's not. It looks like corn. It's like corn. It's candied corn.
No, I understand the concept. Okay, I got it. It's disgusting. Don't brand me on that.
You're
right?
running away from my question. What's your favorite candy to get when you're trick or treating?
I've never been trick or treating.
Stop it, Joy.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I grew up in a very religious household, which, as you know, if you raise children, which I've never raised any, but I'm just telling you, as a child that was raised, if you draw a hard line with kids, they usually go the other way.
Was the hard line on candy?
No, we were allowed to eat candy, but we weren't allowed to go trick or treating because it's a devil's holiday.
Yes.
Baptist.
Yes.
Yeah. God doesn't like
just letting everybody do their thing on Halloween.
Devils, yeah. Right. So anyway, I've never been trick or treating as a child, but we would go to harvest parties.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, you have to remember also I was homeschooled. Remember that?
Yes. Did you guys throw a harvest party?
No. So we would go to the church harvest party. I'd go to church like 3 or 4, sometimes 5 days a week.
Right.
Right. And they were obviously aware that the rest of the world was trick or treating, so they got to do something for the church kids.
Right.
So we'd have a harvest party where you could go around and get candy from the different like vendors and play games and stuff. And you also have to dress up, but it's got to be Bible. It's got to be Bible themed.
There's only so many themes, though, right?
I mean, the Bible's a pretty big book. It gets weird in some spots, I guess, with some characters. You only want to go as Jezebel.
Right, of course. The other Mary.
Amazing. Oh, that's a good costume for next year. I feel like
I'm sorry, guys.
Get some people hot and bothered. Anyway, so we go to the harvest party. And one year, my sister, so you know the Bible a little bit.
Yes, I do know the Bible.
So you know the well, you don't actually have to know the Bible. Maybe you've seen a movie.
Yes.
The Burning Bush.
Prince of Egypt, featured in the Disney movie. Such a good movie.
Anyway, so my younger sister has bright red hair. So one Halloween, we were very little. My mom decided to go all in on my sister's costume for the harvest party. Got her hair all big and like sparkly stuff, and she went as the burning bush. Well, she spent all this time on my sister's costume. I know this is a ridiculous story, and she didn't have any time for my costume, so I wore jeans and a t-shirt, and she wrapped green Christmas tinsel around my ankles, and I was beautiful feet.
What does that mean?
It's a Bible verse. It's like Romans 10:13 or something. Like
Romans 10:14.
13, I think.
Beautiful feet.
Someone who brings good news has beautiful feet or something. My mom mailed it in. All right. And my sister won the costume contest. It was very traumatizing for me. But the bottom line is I've never been trick or treating.
Well, no. The bottom line is your mom knew one day you'd have a wiki feet page. She just foreshadowed that.
Right. You know what? You're right. She did. She weirdly.
She noticed talent. She said those feet.
She spoke that into existence. One day those feet are going to be famous, and there's going to be a fetish page on the internet about them. So. I told you, you draw a hard line, you go the other way. That's how it happens.
Oh, man.
And I won't back down.
All right, Joy, you're obviously the petty queen around here. Who's irrationally being called petty today?
It's not irrational. This is actually one of my more rational petty reports.
Okay.
It's I think you will agree with me, actually. So there's all kinds of drama going on with the Steelers, right? They're playing well, despite the fact that you don't like their celebrations. But Martavis Bryant is being hella petty, and it has backfired in a major way on him, right? So you know the story, so I think you can agree with me. So if you don't know what's going on, very long story short, Martavis Bryant, receiver for the Steelers. The Steelers drafted Juju Smith-Schuster, the second-round pick. And he took to social media as soon as they drafted him, kind of declaring like he's not replacing me, because he tweeted "I'm back," which he has since deleted.
Right.
But he's basically he was suspended for smoking weed.
Yes, I thought it was weed related.
It was weed related. Yes. So that started the whole thing. Then he had some fallout with Ben Roethlisberger about Ben said he's got to win back his trust, and they need to talk in private. So him and Ben are having issues. And we know Ben's not going anywhere at all.
No time soon.
So then Martavis Bryant, who is a good receiver, but like obviously he's having some issues with the team, caught one 3-yard pass in Week 7's win over Cincinnati, and then doubled down on social media again. So he's pulling the Kevin Durant, getting in his social media feelings. He said in an Instagram post that Juju is nowhere near better than me, fool. All they need to do is give me what I want, and y'all can have Juju and whoever else.
Dang.
And then he opted to skip team meetings. And basically, like, he wanted to get traded. And not only are they not trading him, they said you can sit right there on the sideline and watch as Juju gets 24 receptions, 424 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
So
he had 7 catches and 10 targets on Sunday, which is more than double of any other rookie receiver.
Dang.
So Juju Smith-Schuster, whose name, by the way, I love.
Oh my God.
That is a strong name.
He got popular at USC right as Juju on the Beat came out, so I feel like that has a lot to do with his draft status.
That is an amazing take, which I will accept.
Yes.
Basically, Martavis is being petty, and it has backfired in a tremendous way. So here's a note for Martavis: if you're going to be petty, all right, you gotta put the results first,
right,
and then be petty. You can't be petty and then lose your job, which is essentially what you've done, because he wants to get paid, and Juju doesn't need to get paid because he's on a rookie contract,
right,
and he's playing good.
Yeah,
That's literally exactly how you lose your job, which is done. And everybody seems to love Juju. He's got the bike thing going on. Is his bike gone? It's not gone.
It was way too much bike talk.
He doesn't have a driver's license.
Sunday Night Football, but I liked it.
No, you're not into bicycles.
It was just too much bike talk.
Are
around
you in
Juju's.
on bicycles?
In on bicycles? I'll say this. I have arthritis in my. No, what's it called when your knees bother you sometimes? I'm fat, so so riding bikes isn't always like fun. You know what I'm saying? But I love the idea. Like, it's like one of those things like, I'm going to run a marathon one day. I'm going to ride a bike one day.
Okay, but riding a marathon and riding a bike are two different things.
Are they?
Yes, very much.
Okay.
Like the wear and tear on your bad arthritis knee, which I don't think arthritis is the word you're looking for. All right.
Tendonitis, that's what it is. Joy, you're talking to someone.
That's not the same thing.
I watched my 600-pound life on TLC to make myself feel better about myself.
Love that show.
Such a good show.
Oh.
Just they're struggling, they're just getting through it.
It is so inspirational.
So many enablers around them.
I know. Get them out of here.
Right?
Right. Anyway, I'm in on cycling.
No,
riding the bike.
Cycling. I want to join a soul cycle class.
All right, we're gonna move on. But you want to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Because of your knee, and you feel like you're too big, and you're going to join Soul Cycle, which is the entire workout.
See, you have to understand, I come from a place where like I was always struggling in workouts, and the team saying like, Brandon, come on, you can do it. Got me through it. I need to be struggling in front of people more.
No, I agree. That's how I need to work out as well. I got to have the people around that judge me, so I work harder.
Yeah.
Right.
But so I'm going to do it.
I can't. I don't understand. All right, loser power rankings? Loser power rankings.
No?
Oh. You're right. All right, now it's time for loser power rankings.
Yay!
Loser power rankings.
Loser power rankings. These are the losers of the week.
Is that like a kitty cat?
I don't know.
Like a black
I
cat?
did the boo the last time.
I know.
And I couldn't find a thing.
Another Halloween sound.
Is that as scary?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Well, actually, so we'll get to this in a second. That was a good transition,
yes.
and now I messed it up. But anyway, this is the loser power rankings.
Yes.
They have no rhyme or reason to them. They're just the losers that I decide for the week. Sometimes they legitimately lose. Sometimes they're nothing that have anything to do with anything, like me. So I'm gonna come in at third. There's three losers this week. I'm gonna come in at third.
Yes.
And it's I'm just being a little bit self-aware about the fact that I'm being a loser because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a cat.
No, you're not.
Pretty.
No, you're not. Listen,
Pretty
you
sure
talked
I'm gonna get a cat.
You talked to me about this cat thing, right? And for the reasons that you'll explain why you don't want a cat, I'm gonna dead this whole thing. But continue, please.
Okay, look, I'm just fully committing to the like crazy single lady thing and getting a cat.
Tropes.
And then I'm gonna take it a whole nother level because I want a hairless cat.
See, this is They're called sphinxes, I think.
Sphinx, yes.
Sphinx.
They're
Yes.
very expensive, actually. So it's kind of elitist if you think about it.
Elitist doesn't change the fact. Okay.
They're a very expensive cat. Like this
Say-
is gonna set me back significantly.
Yes, I did some research, and one of the people said way more expensive than I thought it would be.
Yes, right.
Way
So
more
what were you
expensive.
thinking? Like you
No,
can go
well-
adopt a cat, which is what I should do, but I don't want cat hair all over my apartment. Like right now, I have no living things, zero living things.
Yes.
I have one plant, it's a succulent. It's dying. It's outside on my porch,
You gotta keep those inside.
balcony area. No, you don't. They need sunlight.
Okay.
Don't plants need sunlight?
That was very good.
They
You
also
got-
need water, which is
right
why
back.
it's dying because I forget that it's out there and I don't give it water.
That's why you should have it inside. But let me say this. So I looked into the naked cat, right? And you said you don't want cat hair around,
Right.
right? I understand that. Guess what?
What?
These little mofos, if you don't wash them once a week,
Yeah.
they leave oil spots where they lay around the house.
I'm aware.
And the owner, you know about this?
Yes, I've done I've done research on them. Yeah.
And you still want this naked little slimy cat?
Yes, I want the naked slimy cat. You have to give him a bath. Listen, I need to be responsible for something other than myself.
You gonna wash that once a week?
I've reached the point in my life where I'm very aware I'm not having children, nor should I. So I'm at the point where I need another living creature in the house. Fish are stupid. I thought about getting a snake, but then no one would come over. So I'm gonna get a cat. I'm gonna get a hairless cat.
This is actually a good balance between a dog, a cat with hair, a snake, and with a fish.
A fish.
Yeah,
I
naked
agree.
Cat. Yeah, this is actually this is a
Agreed.
good
They're a little
mix.
slimy.
Yeah.
Right. You got to wash them a bunch like a dog.
like a fish.
They're gonna creep people out like a snake, and they're actually a cat.
Now I would say when I was doing my research and looking at all the pictures, I kind of like I was like they're kind of beautiful in like a weird way.
I know.
I wanna say that.
They look like little space aliens.
Right? It's just
I'm
like
gonna have a little alien baby.
like if I saw it, I was like, look at
I'm gonna
God.
get a black one, and I'm gonna call it Vader.
A black one.
Yes, that's a great name.
Vader is a great name for any black anything that's like
Right,
if there's-
Vader? Don't you think that Vader is a great
Yeah.
name? Great name.
One of our people filming is white and named Vader, which is just weird. But so I like the name.
I don't think
Vader.
Darth Vader came up with like they didn't that wasn't a thing exclusive to Darth Vader.
Beg to differ. But you how you gonna deal with them oily spots, Joy? With
Wash
this
the
cat?
damn cat. Anyway, so I'm a loser and I'm getting a cat. It's gonna take a little time. I've got to situate some things before I do it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a cat.
I'll send you all pictures.
So I'm just committing to that. All right, second loser of the week is the stupid Redskins. Losers this week.
Yes.
They literally lost to Dallas 33-19, but it's specifically because they have botched this Kirk Cousins situation so miraculously.
It's bad.
If I was a Washington Redskins fan, which I only had to be for a year, because my brother played there for a year. He was traded there by Bill Parcells, so you can look it up. Anyway, they have paid Kirk Cousins $44.3 million over the past 2 years under the franchise tag. They don't like him. They haven't committed to him, and they bet against themselves. And because they've continued to bet against themselves and not just give Kirk Cousins a long-term contract and save some money, they lost all their receivers, so they're not going to make the playoffs. And then next year, Kirk Cousins is going to be gone, likely to the 49ers because Garoppolo is going to be a bust. And then they're not going to have a quarterback or receivers, and they're going to lose for the rest of eternity. I don't understand it. Why would you gamble against yourself?
of
It's the most
eternity.
fascinating situation to me.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's Washington that people aren't really that mad about it because they're like,
Well, I think they're one of those bad franchises like the Browns, but it's like this is what a franchise looks like, but that's bad. That has a good quarterback. Like you're exciting.
Right,
a
they're
little
like
bit.
bad,
You win
but
some
they're
games.
bad, but they're just good enough to not be bad.
Right.
And it's what is the point of that? I don't understand it. But I mean, Kirk, you're the Bay. Just get all that money, baby. Do you, boo boo? Get all that money because he
Man.
knows how to make some money.
He's playing the game right.
He is. Kurt.
Kirk.
This is one of my favorite sports
How do you say
moments.
Kirk?
It's Kirk, but the GM called him Kurt,
Oh yes, that was great.
which is so special. All right, number one loser this week is the Dolphins.
Again.
All right, again. They laid an all-time egg against the Ravens. Just an awful game. The best part of that game was the little kitty cat at the end.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that was
And
smart move by them.
Tony Romo's call of the kitty cat keeping his feet in. I mean,
Yes. Those moments.
amazing.
That's why you watch sports.
Amazing. And the kitty cat got adopted. Not by me, obviously,
What?
because it wasn't a naked cat. But anyway, and now they have traded Jay Ajayi to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he will go and likely be amazing.
Yeah, could win a championship this year.
Yes. And they may also be trading Jarvis Landry, so that can come down the pipes soon.
You got to make a statement, Joy.
You know what? The statement is this. All of the Matt Moore cult leaders, you got exactly what you asked for, all right? Demanding that they play Matt Moore over Jay Cutler. Obviously, like that happened because you spoke it into existence. And they didn't deserve the playoffs last year. I'm ready to say it. They didn't deserve it. It was fool's gold, and they've sucked me back in, and I'm going to shut that down right now. No more pain from the Dolphins. I've done enough.
I was just thinking about this. We cursed Joe Flacco too.
No, we did not.
Did we? I think we brought him up last week.
Okay, listen, just because we mention someone's name does not mean we curse them. Don't say that, okay?
It's Halloween. It's the perfect time to say it.
Ravens is your stuff, all right? I've never been in on the Ravens at all. That's on you.
I can't believe you cursed Joe Flacco.
I did not. Whatever. Anyway, Dolphins, huge losers this week. All right. Got data fact? What you got data fact this week?
This is a good one, guys. It's going to have you guys and your friends talking to each other. Let me tell you what. Okay, so I'm watching the Deshaun Watson, watching the GOAT, the future GOAT play.
The goat. We can call him the goat. It's fine.
GOAT?
We've declared him the goat.
Bloat?
What's the bloat?
Just black goat.
The black. Where's the L?
I don't know. We'll talk to Rob Parker about it. So I was watching Deshaun Watson. Let me push through this, Joy. We're almost done. Okay, I was watching Deshaun Watson. I saw that he threw 2 touchdown passes to Will Fuller, Notre Dame alum. He didn't graduate, but you know what I mean.
Right.
So, hit me in the gut.
Because you played for Notre Dame.
I play for Notre Dame. I'm a Notre Dame loyalist / realist. We'll go that way. So, I think, now follow me. I bet former Notre Dame players account for the most touchdowns in the NFL out of any other college team so far this season. So we got 2 from Will Fuller, 3 from Kyle Rudolph. That's my homie. Love him. Shouts out to the whole Rudolph family. Golden really only has 1. I could be wrong, but I like the take. I'm feeling good. My gut feels good about it. I was a little heavy this morning. What do you think?
No. Okay, first of all,
no.
like, this is a very researchable gut data fact, right? Like, it's very easy. Here you go. There you go.
Thank you.
You're gonna give it a lean. It's very easy to find out if you're right about this or not, and you're very wrong.
Well,
it's a number. It's numbers. You just go count.
it's just the gut, but my gut tells me that Notre
All right,
Dame.
why wouldn't it, if it's just your gut, you just go give it a Google.
I don't gut to Google the gut.
All right. Well, in general,
I think Notre Dame has around 20 touchdowns. Is that right? 20? That's a lot.
no, they actually have 21.
Okay, well.
Yeah, that's right here. No, you're very wrong. It's California, actually.
California?
They have 34. That's a lot more than 21.
34? From who?
It's funny you asked. Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Marvin Jones Jr.,
So
CJ
we're counting
Anderson,
Aaron Rodgers.
Deshaun Jackson,
Okay.
Marshawn Lynch, Keenan Allen,
I'm joking. I was
Cameron
super
Jordan.
counting Aaron Rodgers. I thought NC State would be up there with like Russell Wilson and Rivers and
They have
North
these
Dakota.
websites that keep stats on them.
what they call it? What's it called?
NFL.com.
NFL.com. You have to put HTTPS before it?
It's not a strong gut data fact from you this week because it was very disputable, but I appreciate your enthusiasm.
But maybe at the end of the season. Let's keep tabs on this,
Oh,
guys.
we should keep tabs on it because it's possible that they score more touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers cannot score any more touchdowns.
Deshaun Kaiser has to score all the touchdowns.
Oh, does he have to
Browns.
play first? Yeah.
Yeah, he can do it. He's in on and off the field. He takes breaks.
He is taking breaks. He's transitioning back and forth from the starting quarterback at the worst franchise in sports history. All right. Well, you know what? You maybe just keep speaking that into existence.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Notre Dame alums. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Well, I appreciate your effort on the gut data fact.
Thank you.
You were very close. Not really. Happy Halloween to you.
Are you going out for Halloween?
I'm not. I've done enough going out for the Halloween weekend. Yeah, and I have to work tomorrow. So no, this is as far as the Halloween goes.
Good.
I'm gonna go buy all the candy corn in the world and then burn it. And I'm gonna do the world a favor and rid it of candy corn. That's what I'm gonna do for Halloween.
Well, invite me over. I've never tasted candy corn hot.
Amazing. Thanks for listening to the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. We love you guys. Make sure you subscribe and share and comment and all that. Talk to you next week.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not.